How's it going, everybody? My name is Absalom, and welcome to part 7 of my All Collectibles series for The Last of Us 2. In this video, I'll be covering chapters 8 through 11, which is actually going to finish out the game. So by the end of this video, assuming that you've been following along with everything, you should have every single collectible and most of the trophies. Alright, so let's get started with Seattle Day 3. The first subchapter is called the Marina, and it actually only has 3 collectibles. The first one is coin number 1, and it's actually here right at the start, so if you just turn around and then hop up on this little balcony right here, you'll be able to find the coin right here on the ground. Continuing down the storyline path just a little bit further, you're going to get to a train station. When you do that, head to the right, and then you'll find coin number 2 over here on the right side by this trash can. For the last collectible, it's artifact number 1. You're going to help Yara over this railing. After that, then you can head over into this little shop right here, and it'll be on this counter. Also, if you feel like you know the answer to this hangman, feel free to put it in the comments. After you finish out the rest of the marina, then you're going to get to the island, which is the next subchapter, and this has 8 collectibles. The first one is coin number 1, so when Yara is going up this ladder and you're following her, then once you get to the top, head over to this truck right over here, and you'll find the coin up in the back left of this truck on the floor. The next collectible is in the same area, so hop out of the back of the truck, and when you see this body that's hanging, there's one more on the ground over here, and artifact number 1 will be tucked in this guy's coat pocket. The next collectible is coin number 2, so you're going to progress down the storyline path and you'll see this waterfall, so head to the left of this car and it'll be right here next to the open door. Alright, when you get to the very first village, you'll be able to find artifact number 2, and whoa, slow down, Yara, we talked about this. Anyways, artifact number 2 can be found in the very first village in the left cabin, and it's going to be over here on the table. Alright, moving on, when you get to the next big village, there's going to be a building over here on the left. You'll be able to hop up on the right side over here, go to the second floor, and you're going to find coin number 3 sitting on top of this crate right here by this window. Next, you'll find artifact number 3. If you continue outside of that village, you'll see these 2 cabins across from each other. If you go to the right cabin, artifact number 3 will be over here on the wall. And now artifact 4 will be in the other cabin, so on the left side over here. And once you enter this cabin, it's going to be right here on top of this bed. Once you pick up that, we can move on to the final artifact of this subchapter, which is workbench number 1, and it's in the same cabin as the one previous, and it's just right here on the back wall. Alright, now we can move on to the next subchapter called the Escape, and this next collectible will actually be your final coin for the rest of the game. So at about the halfway point of that subchapter, you'll have this little door that you can squeeze through, and then you'll be able to find coin number 1 over here behind this shopping cart. Now, if you continue on towards the end of the subchapter, there's going to be a moment where Lev will kick down this ladder. So once you hop up on this ladder and hop through the window over here to the right, you'll be able to find the workbench up against this back wall right over here. I also want to mention that this will be the final workbench for Abby's character. Now, once you finish this subchapter, you're going to skip to chapter 9, and that one actually has no collectibles. So we're going to move to chapter 10 with the first subchapter called 2425 Constance. Now for this one, you'll be starting off in a neighborhood when you're playing as Abby, and you'll see this house on the left that's kind of a greenish yellow color. So if you hop in this window, there's an artifact on top of the toilet right over here. And that's actually it for that subchapter, so now we're going to go to the next one called Pushing Inland with 6 collectibles. The first one is right here at the beginning, so you'll start inside of this boat, and if you look to your left, you'll find artifact number 1. Now once you climb up the mountain, you'll get to your very first house, and you'll see this U-Haul and ATV over here, so artifact number 2 can be found over here on this workbench inside of the garage. After leaving that house, you'll get to the next house, and you'll see this car right here, and this is also storyline path, just like all the collectibles in this chapter. But once you hop up on that car, hop in one of these windows, and then you'll have a hallway over here to the right, take a left, and you'll go inside of this bedroom where you'll find trading card number 1 over here on this desk. Next, if you make your way downstairs of that same house, you're going to make your way to the kitchen after clearing out all the enemies, and artifact number 3 will be over here on the kitchen island. The next collectible is workbench number 1, and this is also in the kitchen, so just turn your left and it's right here against the wall. Alright, when you're ready to leave that house, hop out of these back 2 windows by the fireplace, and then you'll be able to continue down storyline path where you'll find a hole underneath this wall. So crawl underneath that, and you're going to find journal entry number 1 over here by this police car when you get the prompt to hit L3 and look out over the skyline. Ellie will automatically do a journal entry when you hit L3. Alright, moving on to the final series of collectibles. This one is the resort. I hope you guys are ready because it has 5 collectibles. Now, let's get started with the very last journal entry. So it's going to be over here. When you open up into the town square, there's going to be a green van with the Rattlers spray painted on this side. Just interact with this and you'll be able to enter your last journal entry. Moving on from the van, if you just head over to the left to the train cars, you're going to climb up on top of one. You'll have a little mini cutscene, and then you're going to be able to hop down. Once you do that, instead of going to the storyline path and going by the train cars, head to the left where there's this loading bay, and then go around these boxes. When you do so, artifact number 1 is going to be taped against this beer keg. After leaving the train cars, you're going to enter this compound right here, and in the middle shack, you're going to find the final workbench, and you'll be able to get that trophy right over here against the wall. Exciting stuff because we're now on the final trading card, which will also get you another trophy. But head to the right of that workbench, head into this little hallway over here, and you're going to find it on this table next to this speaker. And now, the moment I've been waiting so long for, the moment that we've all been working so incredibly hard for, the very last collectible. So head into the mansion and then head upstairs. Now this is going to be storyline path, by the way, but when you get to the top of the stairs, take a right and then there it is. There it is, sitting on top of the nightstand is the very last collectible in the entire game. Now, when you pick this up, you should get a trophy and your power level is going to be way over 9,000. And just to be clear, Chapter 11 is actually the final chapter, however, it has no collectibles. Alright, I cannot believe this series is actually done. This covers every single collectible for The Last of Us Part 2. This is no small task, so give yourselves a pat on the back because this game has 266 collectibles, 10 training manuals, 12 guns, and 4 holsters. That means that there's 292 items that you need to grab in order to get a platinum trophy. I want to thank every single one of you that watched this series. I know it was a little bit of a longer one, but your support means so much to me. And I have more Last of Us 2 videos coming very soon, so stay tuned. But this is everything for this all collectibles series. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. My name is Absalom, and I hope to see you in my next video.